Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters in Singapore as our continuation of Season 8 carries on with our first visit to Asia in more than 4 months. We, of course, have already been in Asia once before with Shanghai. We've also been in New York, and last week we were in Cologne. Round 4 is here at the Singapore Expo for Intel Extreme Masters Season 8, as we continue to make our way towards the World Championship at the end of the season, which is all the way in March 2014. It's not actually that far away anymore. Got some more StarCraft 2 coming up for you now. It's time to check in with our bracket and show you exactly what's been going on. If you haven't been following it this morning or this afternoon or this evening, wherever you are in the world, you can see right now that the successful man at the top of the screen is Squirtle, who came through. He will claim one of the places in our round of 16 a little later on. At the bottom, though, it's a battle for the final place between the two men we're about to introduce to the stage. So please make a round of applause for our first man from Korea. He is Avenge. And he goes up against the man who is also struggling through the lower half of the bracket. They will play off for the final place in the round of 16. Please make some noise for San. And as these two get ready, I'm going to hand you over to our commentary team for this one. It is a fantastic commentary lineup because we have Mr. Australia himself. It's Maynard with Todd.
Wow, I'm Mr. Australia. Hello everyone, welcome back. I am Maynard, with me is Todd, and we have got another PvP for you guys. It'll be the last one of this bracket. It's going to be Sun and Avenge playing for that second and third spot. Now, at the moment, looking at the statistics, if you guys want to head to illegalact.com, one of my favorite sites in the whole world, I mean, we've got San currently rocking a pretty healthy 66th percentile, whereas Avenge is in the 40th percentile with PvP. Obviously, they've both been winning PvPs today, though, so would be interesting to see who wins this one. Really can't make a guess here. Both playing amazingly well.
Yeah, these two players, they've had to play PvP already in these brackets, and they've had some success, they've had some tough matches, and now it all comes down to this. Only one of these guys makes it to the next round.
Yeah.
And this is a big game here. As a Protoss player, I have to say I'm very excited. When two of these top Protoss players clash against each other, it's always very interesting to me. Not just strategically, but also we have storylines here when these two players face off. Absolutely,
man. I mean, the top three, obviously going to be all Protoss here. Wonder if it's a sign for the rest of the tournament. We'll have to wait and see.
Don't you start. Indra is not even here yet.
Yeah, that's absolutely very correct. Your Flash Wolves is his new team here. And there's Avenge there in the booth getting ready. And yeah, as I said, man, I really can't pick a winner here out of these two. Like you said, it is going to be a pretty close matchup. I actually agree with you. I think it's going to be very, very close. Probably going to go to 3 games. Looks like Yonsu is our first map as well.
Oh, I love Yonsu.
Yeah, it's a really good map for PvP. I actually like playing TVT on it as well. Just had some really cool games in my experience. But, you know, that could either be the map, could be luck. Ladder is a little bit weird. But let's talk about these guys. So, San,
they don't look as unimpressed as
I mean, we're obviously
Squirtle.
a lot more excited than they are for this game.
No, I mean, like, before when Squirtle had to play against Avenge, every time we showed either of them, they were, like, yawning. But no, look at it. Look at the face of this guy. He's very, very focused, and he has to play his very best here to make sure he advances.
Both do, man. So in the bottom left here, we have got San. It's Korean for mountain, I believe. And he is a mountain to climb right now. Just sitting there in that DRX Racer chair. Looks very, very comfortable. And in the top right, his opponent. This is Avenge. Rocking the StarTel t-shirt there.
Yeah. And San, of course, playing for Yo Flash Wolves.
Yo Flash Wolves.
He's from Korea, playing for a Taiwanese team.
Why not?
Yeah. I mean,
Taiwanese and Koreans...
he actually moved to Taiwan to play in one of the leagues there.
So you were saying a few players are in Taiwan right now, playing for the... Was it
TESL, yeah,
TSL,
that's the one I was talking about.
That's right. So who's over there right now?
San.
Just San?
He's going to stop playing from that season, I think. He missed the previous one. And Avenge is doing the same thing as he did previously versus Squirtle on this map. He's going to scout right after making his pylon, which usually will be way too early. But on this map, there is a lot of possibilities for proxies. There can be a proxy on your natural, inside of your main. There can be a cannon rush. So, because he scouts like this, he's going to be able to know exactly if he's up against one of those proxies, and he can also go for a gas steal very early on. So he's basically using the disadvantage that you could get from this and trying to neglect them with some kind of advantages, which on this map makes perfect sense. So I really like the way he's done this.
There you go, and looks like Avenge going to go follow that up with the gateway now. Looking very, very standard apart from the gas steal here. In fact, he's going to steal some gas. Pretty cheeky there from Avenge before he leaves.
I really like how Avenge does this, man. If you face me on ladder, get your 2 gases early on, because I'm going to steal one of them from now.
Well, there you go, guys. All you people watching around Todd's MMR, keep your eyes on that nameplate. You're not a barcode, right? You aren't? No, not one of those people.
There's probably like 10 protos.
Yeah, probably. So we're going to actually a counter gas steal here from San. A little bit annoying. So not too big of a deal. Both players not keeping any secrets from each other. It's pretty cool. I actually like this little thing that Avenge is doing where he's taking some gas, then he's taking some minerals and taking some gas.
You know, this is not really relevant because like stealing these few minerals and
it's
gas
only
not going to change too much.
10 or 15, but...
just for the mind games, for being annoying. I know that when it happens to me, I'm never too happy. It feels a little bit humiliating to have somebody steal from you like this and you can't even punish him.
A little bit, absolutely. And Avenge is still doing it. He's probably up to 20 resources stolen right now.
Actually.
Yeah, around. So both players trying to get inside each other's brains right now. Zealot, the first unit of choice for both players. The Cyber Core is not done, so pretty easy to guess there.
And I like Avenge's position. I mean by that he got to a first Zealot, now he's getting a second one already, whereas San, he hasn't even started working on that one gas inside of his base right now. His first Zealot finished. He took some time to start a second unit, but he started a Stalker, so it's going to take significantly longer than Avenge to clear that one extractor that's in his base. And I mean, that can be a big deal, because not only Avenge has vision from this, but also he negates a lot of gas that San could have been mining already. And I mean, that's going to be very important. And by the way, I really like how the game has evolved compared to a long time ago, where if somebody stole your gas, you'll be like, what do I do now? Did I just lose? Like, now everybody knows how to clearly counter this gas steal. You just get 2 Zealots and you kill this gas very quickly.
And you have to take your other gas very quickly as well, unless it's unless they double gas steal you. So
yes. So Avenge now is getting his second assimilator already. San is going to start his now, and he's about to start something behind his mineral line. What is it going to be? A Twilight Council, I think. Yes.
Yep, there it is. Good guess. All right, so Twilight Council on the way. Will he go DT?
Well, I mean, he almost had 100 gas and he sent the probe behind his mineral line, so I'll be damned if it was a robo.
Yeah.
But yes, good guess, thank you.
No, there you go.
San only on 1 Zealot and 2 Stalkers right now. He's actually going to poke a little bit with his Stalkers. I think he knows he's up against at least 2 Zealots, so he's safe for now to move out so far outside of his base. Like, he knows he wouldn't lose those units. And also at home, I guess he's going to have the Photon Overcharge up within the time an attack could come his way, so he feels okay. Both players going for the Twilight Council here is very interesting. Avenge going for the double extra gateway, San as well. We have a complete mirror so far in this game with everything that's happened. If we look at the unit counts, exactly same amount of workers, but it does look like Avenge is the one that's going to be taking aggression to his opponent. Actually, no, San, he's also proxying a pylon across the map.
Wow, so there might actually be a little bit of a weird game here so far. One Zealot getting in, but...
This could be a lot better for San, because he's at home ready to Photon Overcharge, and if he warps units across the map, and Avenge is not home, it's going to be bad for him. But no, Avenge is pulling back, he's going home.
Oh, he sees the DTs.
Oh wow, this is huge. Cancel or not? I think cancel.
Yeah, does cancel there. Very smart play there. Goes for Blink instead. So we saw that actually Avenge just scattered the Chrono Boosted Twilight Council as well, so he also knows that Blink is on the way for him.
And you know, San, I mean, having seen this Dark Shrine, I think you have to get a robo. You cannot be thinking, well, this can be canceling. And actually, Avenge made the robo.
Yeah, well, he's up against basically the same thing, but a little bit more delayed.
Yeah, but I mean, Avenge didn't really scout anything in the main. Like, I guess you're right. He couldn't know if it was Dark Templars or not. Sometimes I forget that we see everything. Yeah. And 2 Stalkers. They are looking for pylons, or maybe trying to sneak away. I'm not sure here. They're going to claim the Watchtower, but San saw it early enough. He almost... well, actually, a whole 40 seconds
here. He's actually going to... can't lose Stalkers. Oh, Avenge is actually getting really bad. It's going to lose those.
Avenge is actually 80 seconds away from Blink, whereas San, he's 15 seconds away now. Those 170 seconds, they take a long time to finish. It feels like an endless amount of time when you play Protoss, but now they're going to finish much earlier for San, who's looking to pressure the natural of his opponent. And I do think he should be able to get at least one cancel on it. In which case, right behind this, he could set up his own expansion while setting up a countdown down the ramp of his opponent.
Yeah, absolutely. San in definitely a really good spot here, just being a little bit quicker than Avenge with this build. And he's going to probably get a cancel here. I don't think there's enough in the main yet for Avenge to come down here and deal with this. So this is definitely going to be a cancel. And he can actually go up the ramp and start poking a little bit in the main as well.
I like how you say that. There's not enough in his main to go down the ramp, because I was just thinking if it was me, I would probably have gone down the ramp and tried to save it.
Not without an Immortal, man. It only just popped then for Avenge. Without an Immortal, that's a really dumb idea. Sorry to say.
Thanks, man.
It's okay.
Great casting with you every time.
Yeah, I love it as well.
Okay, remember what I mentioned? Was it with you or with Skylar? The 4 Stalkers. The more you wait, the more Stalkers become a little bit useless. In this case, I mean, it's one base versus one base so far, so having a good amount of Stalkers is always going to be good, but I think Avenge, he anticipated what San will be doing. He's like, you just cancel my expansion, you're probably taking your own while setting up a content, so I'm going to counterattack, snipe probes, and even if I lose those Stalkers, it's not going to be the biggest of deals, because I sniped a lot of your probes. But now, he was spotted, so he has to go back home, so a lot of mind games and a lot of adaptation. Both of those players, their analysis is spot on every single time they make a choice in this game, and just because of that, it's the only reason we see them taking a second and third base. It's just because they are so equally matched with all those mind games, and no one of them will gain enough of a lead to finish the game or enough of a deficit to lose quickly.
Yeah, this is the high-level PvP that you wanted, man. You're getting it right now. Both players really doing so well against each other. Neither player really in a huge advantage at this point.
And look at what San's doing now. He knows he has his expansion earlier. He knows he's going to have more army supply than his opponent. He moves across the map and he gets in a position where he's going to be attacking very soon. Avenge actually has a walker lead somehow. San has been cutting pro production quite much.
2 Immortals.
Yeah. San is basically relying on his huge Stalker count to basically try to end the game or do damage here.
There's actually a lot more army supply advantage for San than I thought there would be. He's actually going to come in here with an Immortal of his own.
Oh, he could blink in the main and force
he is as well.
Only 4 Stalkers. Remember why.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop mentioning it.
3 Immortals on the low ground here. Time Warp's going down. Avenge engaging. He's going to have a concave here on the high ground.
The sentry dies, but Avenge is stuck up his ramp. There is no recall available to recall that army in the natural, even if he did. He could lose a lot while recalling, and those Immortals, they're going to get down there. San might have to pull back here. He's fighting for a long time.
There's 2 Immortals, one getting stuck at the back, now targeting down. The Stalker count getting a little bit low for Avenge, and a reinforcement Immortal from San as well. And he's blinking forward, being an aggressive blinker here.
And Avenge is going to defend for now, but has San done enough damage? San is basically reinforcing with 4 gateways, as opposed to just 3 by Avenge, and he's chrono boosting his gateways now. So I think San might... There's going to be a time very soon where he has much more than his opponents. And if we look at the army supply, we have 27 to 23. This could make the biggest of differences here. Another proxy pylon being made even closer. Now the Observer is going to fall.
The Observer does go down, and he actually got a Stalker on the retreat there. Really wants to start picking off those Immortals, though. They're getting very scary.
And this is a mistake, by the way. Avenge just swapped in Zealots. They're not going to do anything. You need more Stalkers at this point to be able to blink them back and blink micro. Because San, he has more Stalkers than his opponent. He's just going to...
And more Zealots. He has 3 Zealots in his arm.
He's going to... I mean, the Stalker number is more important. If he blinks micro really well, he's not going to lose much for a long time.
And here we go. San has a pretty huge advantage here in an army supply, taking out a lot of the Stalkers there. And it looks like he might have finally broken Avenge. Going to tear apart this natural. And GG! San taking game number 1.
And Avenge, he might not win the first map, but you can be damn sure he'll avenge it. That was horrible.
Guys, so show some support to Todd SC2 on the Twitter.
Because I have terrible jokes.
His jokes are amazing. Drop some suggestions as well. So we had that high-level game, man, and it just took that little bit of advantage for San to just topple his opponent over because of how high-level this game is, and these opponents are. They really could. Either one of them could have won that game easily.
Wow, and you have to feel for this guy here that you see on your screen right now, Avenge. He was in the winner's bracket final. He was up against Squirtle. He's a very good player. He probably thought he was going to win that. He lost, and now he's down by 1 game in this last match versus San, in the same matchup that he just lost in the previous match. He has to be thinking, is this it? Do I get eliminated here? I have to play better than this. I have to make sure I advance. He did not come here to visit the country, man. He came here to play some StarCraft and win.
That's right. Singapore is a beautiful place, but he's here to win the esports dollars, as so is this guy. San feeling pretty good about himself. I mean, he doesn't look too impressed, but I can tell you that he's feeling in a pretty good spot right now. 1 game up on Avenge, always a good place to be in a best of 3. And what do you think his plan is going to be coming into the second game? It's going to be, I mean, winning obviously going to be the sort of the brunt of the plan here. Is San a 1-base Protoss? Will he do that from time to time?
No.
He looks like he expands quite often.
In Protoss versus, I mean, not fast expand, at least. Not very quick expand. Depending on maps, sometimes you're going to see it. But San is a timing guy in PvP. If he sees that you're making 2 gateways less than him, for example, he's going to hit timing where he can punish you for that. So he will scout with hallucination a lot. That's if you are able to take a second base versus his. And then if you're able to take a third base versus his and he sees no weakness yet, he's going to play a little bit more passively. But he's going to scout a lot. And then depending on where you can make mistakes, if you misplace a cannon or anything, he's going to look to punish at some point. When I played him in the WCS Challenger, in the bracket, he was in the first match against me, actually, which was kind of annoying. He used a lot of those Zealot plus Immortal and Archon timings. And on one of the maps, I think it was maybe Belcher Vestige, I took a third, he did as well. And I had less gateways than him, and I was taking 2 Colossus. So he chose to punish me before I could get 3 Colossus. I had just 1, I think. So he attacked with more gateways than me. And I mean, if you have the same army, and you have more than 50 army supply, Photon Overcharge doesn't really matter. It just basically tickles one of the Zealots.
It's a slow shooting, a long range, but low damage.
And depending on the map, you can also hit the timing. Like, for example, on Belcher Vestige, he attacked between my natural and third base where there is no Photon Overcharge available, and I had to defend there. So, since it's the same map, we might see something similar here versus Avenge. Then again, I mean, Avenge is probably 1,000 times better than me.
Probably. Well, but we'll see. In the bottom right here of Belcher Vestige, we have got, was it Jons? Help me out with the team.
Yo Flash Wolves.
Yo Flash Wolves, there it is. I'll get it right one day. It's Yo Flash Wolves San.
Not sure.
And in the top left from StarTale, this is Avenge, currently 1 map down. Can he do it?
Of course he can.
Of course.
He can avenge.
He can avenge himself.
Why do I keep doing it?
It's okay. You're allowed to say whatever you like. English is a fun language.
We've seen a proxy already in this tournament, which does not happen. I remember, I think it was Intel Extreme Masters New York, where I kept talking about those proxies, which never happened, essentially in PvP. Now we already saw 1, but it looks like 4 now. It's just going to be 1. Now, what's interesting is, do those players scout for the proxies? I think now it's become a lot more common when they do it more often than not, whereas before, it was a bit of a gamble.
I think we casted that Oracle proxy, but also there was that Gateway proxy from Squirtle as well. So
by proxy,
proxies.
I meant very early on proxy,
okay.
Gateway only, not Stargate. Stargate proxy doesn't really count as a proxy.
Okay. All right, so the proxy Oracle was just an Oracle made in an odd place.
Wow, if you put it like this, it sounds so bad what I say.
No, it doesn't. I think everything you say is great.
Okay.
2 gases taken in the main here.
And yeah, both players going for the double gas here, very standard. Nobody has scouted yet, and both players, they only scouted for the in-base proxies.
Yeah.
And that makes me wonder how well they will fare against the proxy that Squirtle went for in the expansion. Because if you could do something a little bit greedy / risky, for example, say a sentry first, and 1 Zealot and 2 Stalkers walk up into your main, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit surprised that they haven't scouted for it. But now it does look like both players want to go for a scout across the map.
Yeah, completely
at
mirrored.
about the same time.
Completely mirrored to the second, heading across the map right now. Avenge looking like he wants to check out his third first before heading across. Pretty nice, just having a bit of a look. And they're going to clash in the middle here, a bit of a probe kiss.
A probe kiss?
Yeah, well, it's actually more of a shoulder bump. They kind of just douched each other and walked past.
I mean, probes don't have shoulders.
A wing bump.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give you this one.
Thanks.
Zealot being made by Avenge, do you think he cancels? I think he keeps it.
So Stalker will actually be first here, and a Stargate on the way for Avenge.
Okay, yeah, he kept the Zealot, he let it finish. Now Stargate goes down in front of the probe. I'm a little bit surprised by this. A lot of the time you would see Protosses get the Mothership Core before, so that they can chase out the probe of their opponents, and then get the Stargate. But now with these quick Stargates, Avenge is basically saying, I don't care if you know, I'm taking to Stargate, and this is one of the best tech paths there is right now in PvP because the Oracle is so strong. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, and obviously after the Oracle can also follow up Phoenixes. Phoenixes are pretty handy in the battles with lifting up Stalkers and that sort of thing, so It's a good choice. It's a good choice. I like it. One Zealot heading across here. Avenge just sending the Mothership Core to do his scouting.
This Zealot was completely missed here by San. His Mothership Core came out now. It does look like he's going to leave it at around this ramp, which will be obviously very handy in helping. Oh! The Mothership Core flies past the Zealot and does not see it.
So
this is going to be very annoying to deal with.
There's one Zealot getting in here. He's going to take a long time to die. He's actually just realized he can get some probe kills here. And there he goes, nearly getting one. Does get microed back. Nice micro from San so far.
Yeah,
Pulling workers off the line, though, is very, very annoying. And the Zealot will go down.
I really thought that Zealot was going to kill at least 2 probes, but I guess we don't play in the same leagues.
San's pretty good at StarCraft, absolutely. That micro there, didn't even lose a probe.
Wow, he kills the probes,
Nice.
the probe, and gets away before taking too much damage on his Mothership Core. He wants to make sure he keeps that on full health, doesn't lose any more than the shield, so that he can use the Photon Overcharge later on.
The Oracle.
And Photon Overcharge is not ready yet for
Oh, it's
San.
actually no Photon Overcharge and only one Stalker. He can get a lot of probe kills here. 4 kills, 5 kills, he's a Mentor, 6 kills. This Oracle doing great damage, and he's going to live.
And he spotted the Dark Shrine as well, which is a big deal at this point. He can be fully ready for any kind of Dark Templar follow-up. San
Cancels.
He cancels. I like this move. You have to cancel at this point. He has Blink almost finished. What I would like to see here from San is possibly a Force Gate and just an all-in, because he's lost way too many probes to go into a later...
He's 5 probes down right now.
Yeah.
And in a mirror matchup at 6 minutes 40, it's a terrible place to be.
And Avenge is feeling very confident. He's actually moving across the map. He's getting Blink himself right now. This is...
San pulling back for that Oracle.
This is unusual. I had never seen this in PvP at a match played at this level. Like both players going for the Blink, but an Oracle was made first by Avenge. This is very interesting here.
Catching a Stalker in the middle of the map as well. Salt in the wounds for San.
Wow, and San is playing in the dark right now. He has no idea what his opponent is doing. He has no way to scout, so he's throwing down an expansion, hoping that his opponent went for an expansion as well. Except this is a nightmare right now for San. Avenge is looking to push across the map.
He's going to put the pylon right in his natural.
Yeah.
He's in huge trouble.
And you know what the biggest problem is? There is no Photon Overcharge here for San.
Force field going down there. Nice little trick here, but the Stalker's very, very damaged. In fact, Avenge is going to win this fight anyway. Some sentries being warped in for those force fields. It's going to get one Stalker here, but, I mean, there's still a nice amount of units and a pylon to warp in at the ground for Avenge.
Oh, he needs to cancel the Nexus and get more units, possibly a Force Gate as well, to keep up with the production.
One Stalker of San got into the main of Avenge here, but he's just pulling probes to deal with it.
Oh,
no,
he didn't cancel!
That seems very, very sloppy from San. He must have been microing his Stalker.
Oh, and San staying by the ramp. He needs to force field. He traps in a Zealot. Will Avenge blink up the ramp? He actually has the Oracle ready to use.
And there he goes, offensive blink here. Can San hold? Another blink to reinforce. A huge Stalker advantage for Avenge. This might be it, Todd. GG! Avenge taking the series. Oh, sorry, tying the series 1 apiece. Jeez.
Not yet.
Jeez, not yet.
Told you he was going to avenge that first map, but
he did avenge indeed.
not just yet.
That's right. So tying the series means we're going to get a third game, which is making me happy. No doubt making Todd happy as well. Get to see more PvP.
But I mean, that was very well executed. That's what also made me happy, because in this, I've lost 1,000 times in this situation, especially in the most recent patch where you feel like Oracles are invincible. If Avenge here, say for example, if there was the Dark Shrine finishing and he had got his Oracle sniped, Dark Templar will reign supreme because he didn't go for a Robo. And also, it was a bit of a gamble how he attacked and went with his Oracle across the map. Because say if there was a pylon on the map and the Dark Shrine finished and the Dark Templar walked into his mineral line. So that's a lot of maybe, but in Protoss versus Protoss, there is always a chance that your opponent will do exactly what he has to win the game. And that's why you need to take risks sometime. This time it went Avenge way, but I really have to salute his execution. It was very close to perfect here, and in this case, well, it worked out very, very well.
So back to San's decision to go Dark Templar. He did blatantly scout that Avenge made the Stargate, and the Oracle does detect, right? So was it still an odd decision to go Dark Templar?
Yeah, the thing is you can force a lot of Oracles out of your opponent, and also the Oracle patch came out, I guess you could say sort of recently, so people are not used of it just yet, but right now, Stargate played really well. It really feels stronger than DT. So Stargate feels like the best tech you can go for in PvP, except maybe for Blink. It wouldn't be good maybe only against Blink. So, I mean, you know how it is. You played and you feel like you've played 1,000 times in this situation, but in the previous patch, and you're like, Dark Templars are pretty good against Stargates at this point in the game because he's gonna have only one Oracle. It's not particularly that fast. I'm gonna send some DTs to his place. I'm gonna have mine at home. And then suddenly you realize, well, actually, this is not the case. When the Oracles start flying around, detecting everywhere, killing your probes, and escaping with 1 hit point, then you realize that in the current patch, it feels a lot harder to win with Twilight plus Dark Templar.
Definitely. So Frost is going to be our next map here for game number 2. And let's get into it, guys. Avenge versus San, the third game. Who's going to take the series? Let's find out shortly. In the bottom right here of Frost, we have got San. And in the top right, from StarTel, this is Avenge. The great game 2 from him. Really impressive stuff. All right, so we'll have to see what either of these players are going to be up to here. Either player can go for craziness. Either player can go for standard play. It's really hard to call.
And you think we're going to see some quick expansion on this map?
I actually think we could. Absolutely. Four-player map.
Okay, when I ask you something like this, I want a clear prediction. Who's going to expand, who's not going to expand?
I think they both will.
They both will expand?
Okay.
Okay, I didn't expect this.
There you go. I'm throwing it out there. I like weird bets.
You know, this happened during Avenge versus Squirtle on this map. They both expanded.
Yeah.
So, very possible it could happen again here where...
Do you want to put some money on it like we did in Shanghai?
No, it's okay. I learned my lesson. No more gambling.
No, you won that bet.
I did?
Yeah. You thought you didn't, but you actually did.
Yeah, you didn't pay me then?
No, I did pay you money. Of course I did. I'm not that kind of guy. Of course I always pay my debts. Always.
All right.
Like a Lannister.
Careful, Kailaris.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Kingslayer is here.
We should see true gases being taken from both players here, and we are not really going to know what they want to go for up until when their Cybercore finish, unless one of them throws down a second gateway. Then I think it would be likely he goes for a pressure. Usually you don't really go double gate and expand. I mean, not many people do that. I'm one of the rare few. I can tell you I haven't seen almost anybody else doing it.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, I feel like those Korean players, if they're going to expand, they go for Sentry plus Mothership Core, and then they start their next.
This second pylon in Avenge's main is a little bit of a suspect spot here, looking like he may be want to hide tech.
Oh, and San is going for the same build that, or similar build that Squirtle went for versus Feast. I think. Well, he only sent one probe there, but that's what I'm going to guess here. I think we should be seeing a pylon, then a Stargates being thrown down there. It could be Dark Templars as well, but on this map, if you go Dark Templar and your opponent goes for a quick expand, which is a little bit more of the trend, you're going to be in really bad shape, I think. And if he goes for the Stargates here, remember I talked about it when Avenge played against Squirtle. If Squirtle had done the same build on this map that he did versus Fizz the time they played, I do think he would have done really well, because remember, there is only 2 Sentry and 1 Mothership Core.
And there it is, the Stargate. So same build.
And Avenge going for the same build. Man, I'm just getting all my wishes today.
You are, man.
I wanted to see how this will go, and now I'm going to get to see it. San goes for the scout on the top left-hand side right after this, and the scouting capability is going to come in very, very late here for Avenge to be able to see this on time. Considering this is a PvP and he chrono boosted out his first Sentry, I will be lying if I didn't say that it's actually going to be one of the quickest scouts that you can get other than a probe or a unit.
Yeah, he actually hasn't scouted him yet, so...
The hallucination usually is ready just before the 6 minutes. The problem is, it's going to be a few seconds after an Oracle flies in and kills all of his probes.
Yeah, that whole chestnut. So Oracle on the way now for San. Rallied an odd spot, but I'm sure he'll fix that up. And yeah.
Oh, nice Stalker down the ramp of San. Going to be able to deny the scout here. If he had not made this and a probe goes into his main, I think his opponent will be able to know exactly what he's up against. And San's going to see where his opponent is. He reacts on time to save his probe, by the way.
Wow.
This is a big deal.
That probe didn't get saved, though. San's does live.
Wow, everything's going San's way so far in this game. Warpgate has been chrono boosted, being chrono boosted quite well, but I mean, if you look at the production tab, it's not nearly completion, and the Oracle is on its way, and it's very, very angry, and it has a lot of energy, 60 energy already.
Very angry, yeah. And here he comes, flies right over that pylon there, and into the main he goes. What has he got to defend? He's got some sentries, and he does have the photon overcharge.
Wow,
so the Oracle's denied. Wow.
He had it at like just before the 6 minutes. I did not think he was going to have photon overcharge, at least in the game that he played versus Squirtle. Not sure if that was the same build, but...
The Nexus does finish as well.
Yeah. And the thing is, he had to use it in the main, so now he does not have it for the expansion. And San is on 3 gateways behind this. He's going to be able to keep on pressuring. He's getting Phoenixes behind this as well.
Yeah.
Whereas Avenge is getting a Void Ray, so... I have to say, both players have played this so well right now. Like, I'm really trying to think of things they could have done better. They've done everything almost perfectly.
Yeah, amazing high-level play. It's like you say, man, when you were talking about San, he reads what you're doing and then he just reacts perfectly. Like, he knows the timings and he's very timing-based, and he knows he's going to get a Nexus kill here really easily and for free.
And San behind is going for the Phoenixes. He's going to have basically won the mobility war. He's going to be able to move around a lot more easily, do some harass. He's going to basically keep Avenge confined inside of his base with the very slow Void Race. I'm surprised he's pressuring this much. I thought he should be resuming pro production here and maybe taking a natural while going for a contain, but San disagrees with me here. He wants to keep on applying pressure.
Yeah, just maybe just getting inside Avenge's head a little bit.
By the way, I really love that the Void Race were hidden here by Avenge. I think San right now, he hasn't spotted anything from the tech of his opponent. He's gonna fly in with the Oracle. He's gonna see the Stargate now, but oh, the Oracle! It almost got in range to maybe get sniped by the Void Ray. Avenge is gonna move down the ramp now. He has to. Oh my God, that was so close.
Just managed to get out of there. San not taking any hits there. Does manage to leave.
He probably saw his whole life flash right in front of him here, because if some of these Stalkers had been force-fielded here, they die instantly, killing nothing, and then the counter-attack is almost impossible to hold, because we have to Void Race. The Oracle flies into a Void Ray. It flies past it, but it's going to be trapped inside of the main.
And down it goes, it dies. So that's one less Oracle for San, and Avenge takes the Nexus. San not looking like, well, he's about to expand, I think, but he's moving across again.
He's warping in units. He knows that his opponent is going to feel confident enough to try and go for the expansion. He's going to go for a follow-up attack, and that Stalker...
it's a scary army. One Stalker less.
Gonna be a bit farewell in this game.
Absolutely.
Those two Void Rays are the only thing that's giving Avenge a chance in this game. He has a slight supply lead. No, actually no, he does not. San just caught up.
He just had a warp in.
He had a Walker lead, I guess, a little bit of it. And he's getting the Twilight Council behind this, which really I agree with. Both players, I feel like they have to go towards Blink from there. Going for Dark Templars will be pretty risky, since they both have a Stargate, and we've talked about it. Oracles and Phoenixes, they hunt down and Dark Templars like...
there's Avenge's Oracle heading into the main of San right now.
And San's not ready at all for this. He's going to have to warp one Stalker. He needs another one, maybe even a third one. He has to cancel Pylon to get it.
Is San pulling his whole army back?
Yeah. This is a huge mistake. And Avenge, I cannot believe he has dealt with this so well.
Wow.
Definitely a bit sloppy by San not to leave at least one Phoenix on the right-hand side of the map to make sure no Oracle flies by there.
San getting back into the aggressive position again, resetting his army.
Every time San pulls back, he just gets right back there, ready to flank the army or basically just attack this army of Avenge down the ramp, because he feels like he has more army supply, which he actually does. 44 army supply to 37 right now. Avenge goes for the expansion. He's trying to send a probe across the map because he's going for the Dark Shrine. And oh, the probe gets away, but it's going to be spotted. Oh, the Phoenixes!
Oh, didn't pick it up.
Oh my God, the probe stopped.
The probe's like, here, have another shot. Have another shot.
If I close my eyes, he can't see me.
That's right.
It's like a T-Rex.
And he still gets away. Oh, the Phoenixes flew over him like 4 times.
And another Oracle is flying across the map too now. San, what are you doing? You are up one game. Are you really going to lose this? The probe gets found, but that means the Oracle. He's flying across the map right now. He's going to be killing even more probes in a second.
There's nothing at home for San here for this Oracle. No cannons, no static defense, no Stalkers. And here it comes. What else can he get done? Oracle coming in here. He's got 1 kill, 2 kills. The mineral line of San under siege. 2 Stalkers here, just out of position, just coming in here now. The probes just trying to find somewhere to hide, but you cannot run and you cannot hide from this.
Nice force field here. He's going to trap a lot of those units, and San, he's out for blood right now. He knows he's lost a lot of probes. He's down to 14 probes to 29.
He has to all in right now. He has to kill him right now. And the Void Ray takes its charge. Nearly one Void Ray goes down. The Nexus will get denied. Didn't cancel.
He's like, you didn't want to cancel in the previous game? I'm not going to cancel either.
Another Oracle goes through all day. Another Oracle goes across the map as well to replace the one he lost. And a Dark Templar as well.
2 Dark Templars are finding their way across the map. Avenge has played this so well. He's up the ramp. He's ready to force field in case his opponent attack. San needs to pick up that sentry. He needs to get in there right now if he wants to have a shot at winning. Well, another Oracle doing damage. He actually has an observer back at home. So he's got the detection he needs, but he's lost so many probes.
He's on 15 probes right now, Todd. That's devastating.
Oh, he misclicked.
Oh my God, and the Phoenix is getting up here. They will get the Mothership Core.
He wanted to lift the sentry and go up the ramp, but he lifted the Stalker instead. Those Dark Templars gonna start doing some damage. Avenge should be able to pull them back before they die.
And he does. Here we go.
But he wasn't looking at home.
In the main, Sun managed to get through past the force fields. He's got the Void Rays. He's got the Stalkers. Will he be able to kill Avenge right here, right now? He's taken them all out. Everything under siege here for Avenge. Sun in a really great position, finally getting into the main. It just actually looks like Avenge just might fall right now. This misclick for Avenge, this might just be it. Sun punishing him perfectly right now. The Probe's trying to escape. The Stalker's destroying everything. And this is going to be it, I think, Todd. This is it. Sun's done it. And it's going to be GG. He's going to take the series.
These Dark Templars, they're not going to avenge anything.
No. Once this Observer gets into the main, that's it. He's got no defensive units. These Stalkers being warped and just been picked up by the Phoenixes and killed. And yeah, this is it. It's just 6 supply, 56 supply. I don't know why he's still in the game. It's 4 supply. 4 supply, Todd. This game is over. Sun's done it. He's going to be our second player to go through to the championship. Well done to Sun. A lot of love, guys. Show some support. This guy. What an amazing Protoss. Man. Yeah, absolute beast.
I really feel like this guy, he's supposed to go extremely far, and by that I mean make it to the finals of a tournament, possibly win at some point. He's so good. He played so well before in New York in various tournaments, and I really feel like his time has to come. And this time he barely makes it into the group stage.
Yeah, barely.
But that does not mean that he's not going to be one of the strongest contenders there and one of the favorites in my opinion.
Yep, so heading across the stage there for a bit of a handshake by the looks of it. Avenge and Sun, good friends. Smiles and happiness in that booth. Even though only one of those guys moves on to tomorrow, the other one goes down to 3rd. It's a bit of a shame really, but Sun, so well played. I really look forward to his games into the group stages.
You have to feel for Avenge though.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
He made it this far. He made it to the winners bracket finals of his group, facing very strong opponents, and then he falls in 2 Protoss versus Protoss. I mean, it happens, right? He's gonna have more tournaments in the future to show his skill, but he's definitely proved here that he's able to play really well. Beating Nesty before that. He actually beat Sam the first time they played, so
yeah.
He could have made it here, but sadly for him, did not end up doing so. And well. San, man, I was very worried for San. Like, he lost in the first match that he played here versus Avenge. I was like, is he a little bit out of shape maybe? Hasn't he been playing as much as usually? Is he having a bad day? And then in the end, he barely makes it. He comes down to the last game, which was one of the craziest games I've seen, by the way.
Amazing.
Very back and forth. The advantage kept changing sides every second, and I really thought for a second that Avenge was going to win.
Yeah, well, a lot of people did, man. So thanks to Sun fans, thanks to Sun, he does go through. And we're just going to cross over to Red Eye on the stage now for a quick interview with the winner, Sun.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, with San right now. I guess congratulations, well played. Through to the main tournament itself, stage 2, round of 16. But it was a difficult match. You won the first opening map, fine, but map 2 was much more difficult. So tell us why map 2 was so much more difficult and what you could have done differently maybe to have won it 2-0.
일단 16강 진출 축하하고요. 또 이제 경기 전체를 봤을 때 이 경기에서 졌었는데 뭐가 힘들었는지 자세히 좀 설명을 해준다면.
그러니까 오픈 브라켓 전체에서 아니면 방금 한 경기에서요?
방금 경기에서.
그냥 마지막 경기가 제일 힘들었어요. 예언자의 일꾼이 많이 잡혀가지고 좀 경기가 힘들겠다 싶었는데 마지막에 그 김남중 선수가 실수로 역장 안 쳐서 운 좋게 이긴 것 같아요.
So for me, the worst match and the hardest match was the last game, because my opponent killed a lot of probes with his Oracle, and then I was kind of behind, but in the end my opponent made a mistake, not force fielding, so I had the chance to come back.
Okay, Todd in the commentary said that he felt maybe you were either out of shape or out of practice, or maybe you were just having a bad day. So you seem to have struggled through all of your matches, but you've got through, so that's great. But what is it about today? Has it been a difficult day for you, a bad day, or have you just been out of practice?
캐스터 중에 토드가 이제 산 선수 플레이를 보고 좀 오늘 컨디션이 안 좋은 것 같다고 했는데 개인적으로 오늘 컨디션이 어떤지?
잠을 많이 못 자가지고 컨디션이 좀 많이 안 좋긴 한데 이번 대회는 그 준비를 많이 못해서, 그러니까 대만에 있어서 대만 리그 하느라 준비를 많이 못해가지고 좀 경기하기 좀 많이 안 좋은 것 같아요.
So I didn't sleep very well That's one point, and another point is that I didn't really had the time to practice, especially for IEM Singapore, because I was playing a Pro League in Taiwan.
Okay, I was actually going to talk to you about Pro League in Taiwan as well, because you have a very different background as a Korean from many of the other players here that, you know, you're playing in the Taiwan Pro League. Does it affect your practice? Obviously it did for IEM, but does it in general, the level of play that you've got in the Taiwan Pro League, how does it compare to Korea?
타이완에서 이제 프로리그도 하고 좀 다른 한국 선수들에 비해 좀 연습하는 게 다를 것 같은데 개인적으로 다른 점이 있다면 뭐가 있는지?
다른 점이 있다면 여기는 좀 자연스러운 분위기가 한국보다 좀 많은 것 같고, 그리고 딱히 다 그 이외의 것들은 잘 모르겠어요. 차이점. 네.
So there are no. It's not that different playing in Taiwan, but the one thing that's very different from Korea is that you have a lot of free time and you can schedule your own training. So that's different.
Okay, well, it's great to see you at an international event. We wish you the best of luck in the round of 16 as it comes up, and hopefully you get the group that you want. Is there any particular player that you want to avoid right now, or any players that you'd like to play?
이제 다음 스테이지에서 만나고 싶은 선수가 있는지 아니면 만나기 싫은 선수가 특별히 있는지.
만나고 싶은 선수는 일단 그냥 적을 만났으면 좋겠고, 그냥 종족이 중요한 것 같아요. 그냥 태아는 표하고 싶어요. 예, 적을 만나고 싶어요.
Well, there's no specific player, but I really want to face Zerg and not a Terran.
Okay, well, best of luck. I think I know why he wants to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, San is your final player through to the round of 16. He joins Squirtle. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, though, we're going to look at stage one, our second group of brackets. They've been playing on, so if you haven't already checked them out, do so now on intelextrememasters.com. We'll be right back after this.